everybody. So until Evan gets here and switches them on for us, welcome to Monsterama. For those of you who have been with us before, welcome back. For those of you who have never been, welcome forward, I guess. And thanks for coming. This is our 13th year, which is really freaking hard to believe to me.
Shouldn't we just skip over to the 14th?
Yeah, let's try this. Oh, here we are.
They're muted, so you wouldn't drop them.
Thank you. This is so much nicer now, isn't it? So much more intimate.
You don't want to skip the 13th year. That's the special year.
That's right. This is not like an office building where they skip the 13th floor. We like 13 here. So again, welcome to Monsterama. I'm Anthony Taylor. I am co-chair, and I do a lot of the programming and the graphics and sales and marketing and the thinking. And this is Suzanne Nyberg, who does the other thinking and all the operations and makes everything run smoothly because she's a genius. So if you see her this weekend, tell her what a genius she is. And we are very happy to be back in this hotel where I've been either going to shows or putting shows. This is like getting a little bit weird to me. I'm going to try and get away from it a little. Going to shows since 1980 here, which is kind of amazing. And we're really happy to be back, and we will be back next year in this hotel, same weekend as well. We had some amazing stuff this year. Obviously, the two special celebrations we're doing this year are the 60th anniversary of Dark Shadows, and we've got some wonderful guests from the original series here with us for that. And Matheson Centennial, 100 years of Richard Matheson, and probably certainly top of my list of writers who I think have had an enormous influence on the landscape of genre fiction over the last 100 years. And we're very happy to have a couple of people in the room who are related to Richard Matheson. And hi, Thief, how are you? Are we clapping for Thief or for Allie Marie and Muriel Cookie? Hi. So everybody's clapping for everybody because we all love each other. And at any rate, so we've got Allie Marie Matheson, who is Richard Matheson's daughter, and Muriel Cooksey, who is his granddaughter here. And we're very happy to have them, and a bunch of other great people who know a lot more about Richard Matheson than I do, who are going to be handling a lot of panels this weekend. Am I spinning really hard at this or something? I don't feel like I am. It's kind of odd. Okay, my media advisor has told me to be off presence, and yet. So, we have some amazing things this year. We have some great t-shirts, one with my Matheson Centennial design on it, which I'm very happy to have put together. And then the other one with the art of Tim Bradstreet, who I imagine if you are local folks, you're very familiar with Tim's work. He did a bunch of great stuff for Vampire the Masquerade, which was,
Yay, Vampire, man.
Yeah. and just an amazing artist all around who is apparently out having a smoke outside and looking for me. But he'll be set up in the guest room with everybody else there. We've got some Matheson Centennial and Dark Shadows Celebration lanyards that are special for this year, and we're also doing. We've got a fantastic poster for this convention that was created by. Tell me who it's created by again.
Josh Jones, Matt Rainey, and Justin Simmons, and
Right.
they are going to be in the special events room on Saturday, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, on Saturday at 12:30 in the special events room, and they're going to talk about how they created it together because
Right.
each one has a specialty, and they have a whole presentation on how they created that poster together.
And that poster, oh my gosh, okay. That poster is part of our charity initiative for this year, so we're raising money for the Nature Conservancy because Richard Matheson was a natural dude who enjoyed taking his family camping about 80 times a year, apparently, and had a great love for the outdoors. And the Nature Conservancy is a fantastic organization that helps preserve our natural wonderland of America here. So we're going to be donating. I paid for the printing of the stuff out of my pocket, and we're going to be donating every penny that we make selling those posters to the Nature Conservancy. So have a look, and if you like it, take one home. Maybe get those guys to sign it for you. They're also going to be around the
They're
convention.
all in the
and
vendor's room, and they're all sitting next to one another.
Right. So that would be a wonderful thing to do. What else, Suzanne?
Well, so for tonight we have Professor Fear and Pinky, which is a trivia show.
Lots of fun
Lots
prizes.
of fun. 7 to 10 we have the Tiki Night. Out at the pool we have DJ Dead Parrot that's going to play. I'm hoping the rain is going to pass over. We're staring at it, making sure it doesn't move. And then after 10 o'clock we have Sci-Fi Explosions. And then Saturday night we have Monsterama, of course. We don't have anything to compete against the Monster Prom because it's the Monster Prom.
Yes, we do. We're screening Curse of the Werewolf on 16mm, which is the first for us, and we've got one of Clay Sayer's amazing 3D sculptures of Oliver Reed from Curse of the Werewolf that you can get your picture of either. And then Penny Dreadful's going to host Night of Dark Shadows as well in a special events room. So there's actually a lot more to do this year than just the Monster Prom, but I will say the Monster Prom's big fun, and we give away stupid great prizes there, as anybody who's ever been to it knows. So you might want to just at least duck in and get a ticket for the great prizes. We're having so much success doing these special celebrations and events that I think we're probably going to continue doing that and moving forward. But you know, we don't really have anything much to announce for next year other than the fact that we're going to be back at this hotel. We're going to be on this same weekend, and I hope that all of you will join us then too, especially we have a wonderful time this weekend and want more of the same in 362 days now, whatever it is. So, for anybody who hasn't been before, or anybody who has been before and has questions, do you guys have any questions about anything? We had a couple of cancellations. R.C. Matheson can't make it because he's looking after his girlfriend who's had some surgery, and he needed to take care of her, which we fully understand and support. And Lloyd Kaufman tested positive for COVID, and you know, he's not the youngest guy in the room, and needed to stay home for that too. So we're sorry that they were not able to make it, but we have some great guests this year. We have some great programming, which is more than we've ever had. Our open genre room is back. It was so popular last year, and we will continue doing that for as long as everybody says, hey, yeah, we like Christmas movies, and we like Westerns, and we like, you know, other genre movies. So, yeah, anybody have any questions at all about what you can expect, or what do you think we should, you know, like address here in this panel? Anybody? Nobody? Yeah.
So let's say that Mother Nature doesn't play nice and we move somewhere?
Yeah, we've already spoken to the hotel about possibilities. We will have some sort of sign made if that's the case. We're kind of keeping a close eye on it. We don't want to zap a DJ, even though he's DJ Dead Parrot. We don't want to reanimate him. It would be on brand.
It would be.
Zombie Parrot.
Also, I don't know if you guys know, but every year I come with a bunch of stupid names for cocktails, and we have a great lineup of them. In what we have kind of rebranded the hotel bar and restaurant as the Blue Whale from Collinsport, Maine, for you Dark Shadows people. And we will have coasters with the Blue Whale on it in there, and the drink posters up with all the names so that you can order and totally confuse the bartender who's never seen the poster. And then we're also going to have like a large Blue Whale banner in there for photo ops and stuff. And we've got some other large banners for photo ops for the Dark Shadows 60th and the Matheson Centennial things that are out and about. We've got some great displays in the maker room. The enormous spider fight scene from The Incredible Shrinking Man that you can get your picture made with. And we've got the giant creature tiki out in the pre-function hallway out there. We've got just so much cool stuff this year that it's kind of hard to describe it all, and I hope that you guys will dig through the program book and also scan the QR code on the back, because that's updated information on the website that you can download and that you can just browse online there. Because we had some dropouts, we had some changes that we had to make to the schedule, but the book had already been printed, so that's laid plans and all. We're going to do the same thing in reverse on Sunday at 4 o'clock, which will be like you telling us what we did wrong and what we can do better. So I hope if you're enjoying this, which I think maybe is not as enjoyable as anything else on the program, that you'll come back and tell us those things, and we will do our best to be even bigger, better, and more caring and giving next year, 2027. Anybody got any other questions or? Okay, well, that's big fun. So I've been going to conventions since 1976, and
I wasn't even born.
I know, shut up. And I wound up in a group of friends that went to conventions that I was less interested in the subject matter that we were there to celebrate than just kind of like hanging out with them. And at some point I started looking around for things that I was really interested in, which were genre film and television and literature that was kind of adapted to and from that. I'm a film guy, I'm an art guy, I've been an illustrator and a graphic designer for 45 years, an art director and stuff, so I started moving more into individual things. And what I found is that all the conventions that I wanted to go to were too far from my house to drive in a single day, so I had to either fly to them or take 2 days to drive to them, which was kind of ridiculous. And I decided, maybe I should put one on down here if nobody else is going to step up. And I was already writing, not for a living, but enough to be asked to be guests at other shows or doing things that were related. And I was a guest at a show called Timegate, if you guys remember Timegate, which became Wholanta for the last couple of years. And with Susan Ray, who was the co-chair of that, I talked to her about my idea for that. She's like, that would be great, we would love to maybe do that at some point. And, unfortunately, her mother passed away, but she got, a rather large chunk of money from the insurance settlement, and she came to me and said, why don't we put this on? I was like, okay, great. So we had our first year. We did well enough to have a second year, and then Susan, who inherited a rather nice chunk of money, was like, you know what, I think I want to buy an RV and go travel around the United States for a while. And I was like, oh, okay, great. Well, I guess I need a new partner. And I had met Suzanne at our first staff meeting for the show, and she was our social media director, and she is one of the most capable people I've ever met in my life. She has skills that I can barely even fathom, and they fit together with mine so well, it's kind of scary sometimes. And so the two of us together, I asked her, I said, would you like to come in and do this? She was like, absolutely. And so we've been doing it for 11 years since then. And I just think it gets better every year. So that's our origin story.
I have nothing to add. It's true, it's all true. Even the part about moving to.
I would like to share something that Catherine Lee Scott told me this morning when she came down to do her live shot for Channel 5 and Good Day. And she said, I just have to congratulate you. I was like, why? She said, this is the most well-run convention I've ever been to in my life. And I was like, that's crazy. Are you kidding? You just went to the one in LA, the Dark Shadow celebration out there. So, you know what it is? It's that Suzanne. I said, you're right, it is. So that's high praise from someone who has been to a lot of conventions that let her down, apparently. You know. But, so, yeah.
Well, I think it's because we all care. You know, honestly, all the staff members, all the volunteers, you'll see them with green lanyards on. Those are volunteers. We actually give a damn about what we do and how we represent the convention itself. We trust in our reputation, and we consider all of you as family, which I think some people are like, yeah, okay, no, really, you know, somebody goes up to registration, I'm like, hey, Donald, hey, Tom, hey, you know, we just know everybody's name. So if you ever have any concerns or anything, registration has the creme de la creme for staff. You can talk to them, or you can find me. You know what I look like now, and I have, oh, mine's like the same color as a panelist, never mind. I'm not special.
It says co-chair.
I know, but it's the same color. Anyways, yeah, whatever y'all need, you just let us know.
So a couple of things that we should say. First of all, on your program book, please grab one at the registration desk if you haven't already gotten one. On the back cover, there is a map of the convention area. It shows you what's happening in all of the different ballrooms and stuff. Last year, somebody said to me, I can't figure out where I am on this map. And if you look where there's a big red arrow pointing to the left that says lobby and restaurant. So this only covers the stuff back here and does not cover the hotel itself. It's just the convention center part of the hotel. And hopefully, the changes that we made this year will make it a little easier to parse, let's say. Second, we would be remiss in not thanking our sponsors, who are also mostly on the back of the cover. One is Sideshow, who has been wonderful to us from the start. I'm lucky to be friends with the guys who own and run that, and they send us unbelievably fantastic prizes to give away every year, so we're very happy about that. Delirium Magazine, Chris Alexander, who is one of our special guests and an amazing person, and gets the fact that what we're doing here is we're not doing it for money, we're doing it because we have a sense of community and want to share it. And he does too, he's the same way. Time travel events is what Suzanne does when she's not doing this. She has some amazing events year round, including the Atlanta Cosplay Yard Sale and the Goblin Market and various incarnations of that. Severin Films, who are in the viewers room and always very supportive of us and wonderful about helping us get the word out about the show. Pensacon is a new sponsor for us this year, but they've been friends forever, and Mike Inslee and Nightmare Theater. Mike is the guy who runs Pensacon, so go in and get information about his show, which is a fantastic show that I enjoy going to. And just because we love Rod Serling and had a big celebration and had all of the Rod Serling people here last year, we'll forever be in a cooperative relationship with the Rod Serling Memorial Foundation, and we suggest that you take a look at their website and help find ways to perpetuate Rod's writings and his ideas, because they are very important, just as important now as they were in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And we are also sponsored by the International Network of Summer and Time Enthusiasts this year, who have sent us a bunch of prizes and are sponsoring our showing of Summer and Time, which is, of course, based on Richard Matheson's book, The Time Return. You will see posters around the convention with a QR code to scan to go directly to their website if you guys want more information about them. And I suggest that you do if you're a fan of that movie. They are kind of the ones who put on the yearly event at Mackinac Island at the Grand Hotel, and are certainly very committed to the cause of perpetuating Somewhere in Time as an art form. So we thank all of those people, and we thank all of you people, and we thank, who else can we thank, Suzanne? We thank the guys at the hotel.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Our, this is just, I shouldn't even tell you this, but our catering account manager this weekend her name is Milady, and I am like flabbergasted and wonderfied by someone named Milady, because I'm a huge Thunderbirds fan, and Parker always says, yes, Milady. So, Johnny, what do you got?
How about a huge shout out for Hugh Thomas for bringing really good.
Absolutely. Hugh is our projectionist, and Hugh's collection of 16 millimeter films is deep and wide, and he has been committed to always, like, he's picked up at least 6 or 7 new pieces this year that we're going to show 3 or 4 of, because not all of them are ready for prime time, or kind of stuff that, you know, we wouldn't necessarily want to show. But yeah, he was great, and Don Harden is our other projectionist, and all the guys who run the programming rooms, Mike Gordon and Sean Lincolnback, and Ted Haycraft, and Clay Sayre and Steve Bugg, and who am I missing?
Andrew Jenner.
Andrew Jenner, right, exactly, who runs our media room, who also brings in a bunch of films for us to show and stuff. So he's bringing some of the Corman Matheson pieces that we're screening this weekend, so we're very happy with that. Anybody else? Okay, well,
I'll think of it afterwards,
Of
just
course.
like an Oscar.
look, we're around all weekend. I'm in the dealer's room selling books, and she's walking around in those boots that glow in the dark. So, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you really enjoy the show. If you do, I hope you really tell all of your friends to come. If you don't say a word.
Come on
kidding.
Sunday.
How about Sunday?
If you don't like it, come on Sunday.
Well, yeah,
yeah,
actually,
there you go.
I thought we already covered that, man. Yes. Anything you guys have suggestions for, we are open to listening to on Sunday for you.
Yes, last year you guys were experimenting the achievement badges. I take it that didn't make the cut this year.
I believe
We
it.
had a really good time, but due to staffing, it was really hard to take care of all that, and it's gonna go back into the workshop. I still have them. I still have all the badges, so it could make its face again. I'll work on it again. Yeah.
Yeah, we're always looking for ways to engage you, you know, short of those things that you do for cats with the feather at the end of it. Yeah, we don't want to do those, but we'll workshop that again, like you said, and see what else we can come up with. Anything else, guys?
I know there's been some changes to the program, and I guess people should be aware that what's in the physical program is not entirely up to date.
That's correct, yeah. And like I said, on the back there is a QR code, and scan that so that you've got the updated one.
And also the posters that you see outside of each of the track rooms, I did those last night.
So those are going to be as up to date as just about anything, because we don't even have the ability to go in and change anything once we're here on site to the one that's posted online. But I did make the changes to that like Wednesday night before I came down here on Thursday. So they're pretty close, yeah. All right, guys, go out there and have a great time. Come back and tell us what a great time you had. Come back and tell us what we could do better. Have fun. That's what we're all here for.